Girl, it's the middle of May already. Let's talk about it. Hey Divas, welcome or welcome back. It's your girl Keisha here with another video, and I'm so glad you clicked on this video today, because in this video we're gonna set up our budget, set up my budget, girl, for the last 2 weeks of the month. I can't believe we're already here. I can't believe we're in the middle of May. So if you like budgeting, cash stuff, and sinking fund savings challenges, every and all things that have to do with your money, I would love for you to subscribe, but more importantly, don't move. All right, girl. Well, today we are working, as always, from the Budget Savvy Planner. If you're new here, this is a planner that I created. It's currently on sale in my shop. The link is down below. Everything is 25% off in the shop, so please go ahead and check it out. If you want to refresh of your budgeting system, or you haven't started a budgeting system, or girl, you just want to see what I got, go ahead and check out the link down below. So let's get right into it. I cannot believe that I am sitting here talking to you about the middle of May. All right, and I'm really gonna do a quick little recap. The first 2 weeks of May went really well. I stayed on track. I stayed consistent. What I did this month for the first time is I budgeted for the first 2 weeks at one time. Again, if you're new here, I get paid once a month, and I typically do a paycheck breakdown every week. So sometimes I will fall behind budgeting weekly because I need to record it and do all the things, but I said this month I was going to be proactive, so I set up 2 weeks at one time, which worked out exceptionally well, and I just went ahead and added a few things if I needed to, so that was that worked out well. And now I am budgeting for the 13th through the 31st. So I'm not even going to break this up over 2 weeks, because the latter part of the month is usually my lightest as it comes to my expenses and budgeting. A lot of my stuff, the majority of my things come out the beginning of the month, because again, I get paid once a month. So the last part of the month is typically slow. So I'm just going to go ahead and do everything that I have from the 13th through the 31st in one paycheck breakdown. So first we're starting with the income. I don't have any new income coming in. This is my rollover. I'm gonna have $4,206. That's what I had left over after closing out week 2. And I am gonna bring in one of my sinking funds, my anniversary sinking fund. I am paying a deposit for a cruise. My husband and I are gonna take a cruise for our anniversary this summer. And it's gonna be more than the $141, but I do need to, I'm gonna use the money that I have saved, girl, because what's the point of the sinking funds if I'm not gonna use it for the purpose that is intended for? So we're gonna use the $141. So with those two things, I'm gonna have $4,347 to work with. Again, that's just not for this week. That's from the 13th through the 31st. And there's a lot of things happening between then, and I'm gonna touch on each of those points there. So the only major expense I have during these last 2 weeks is my car insurance. I did change car insurances, girl. Listen, I would tell you to really shop around on car insurances. I have a long story time with that, but nonetheless, my previous insurer I was at $372, I think, and now I'm at $293. Pretty much the same coverage. I might have gone down in a few of the categories because sometimes we are overinsured. Okay, so I think I did go down maybe a few categories, nothing crazy. Nonetheless, $293, which is chef's kiss. I'm very happy with that. My cruise deposit is $450, and I just have a few credit cards coming out towards the latter part of the month, and I do need to make a camp deposit. So I really got a good deal. I won't say a good deal. I really got my kids into a good summer program. Hopefully everything works out. I do need to pay a deposit of $300, and I told them I'll pay the rest on the first of the month because we're on a budget here. So that works out. Let's go over to my variable expenses this month. So this month, well, I keep saying this month, girl, because I can't believe we're in the middle of the month. My variable expenses for the next 2 weeks, okay? Allowances, I've been giving myself $30 a week, and I gave my husband 2 weeks worth of allowances the first week of the month. So now that we're in the middle of the month, I'm going to give him the last 2 weeks. So we each get $30 a week. So I'm going to give him 60, and I'm going to take 30. Groceries, I did really well with the groceries, splitting it up. So I usually take out $600 for the entire month, but this month, again, just trying something different. Instead of having all that cash on me, I did 300 the first 2 weeks and it worked out well. So now I'm going to do 300 for the last 2 weeks of the month. Eating out, $40. Household, $295. I budgeted $500 for the month. So with everything I have going on, I have $295 left. Personal allowance, I have $124 left. I didn't really do anything. I'm still within budget. Girl, let me check this budget just to make sure. So I love having a monthly budget. How much is that budget? Oh, $250. Okay. So I did give myself $250 this month for personal allowance. And that's just not for me. That's for my kids, my husband, whomever. So I do need to get these nails done, girl. So I will be using some of that next week. Business expenses, I have about $30 left of that. And the other biggest thing I'm just going to point out the highlights is graduation. My twins are graduating 5th grade next week, or when you see this, it'll be next week. And I just been ODing, girl. I have been overdoing it, doing the most. I spent so much money on these kids already for graduation, and I don't know. I'm just excited for them. I'm excited these are my babies transitioning into middle school. So I'm budgeting $400 for all the little odds and ends that I want to do for them. And then plus we're going to go out to eat on graduation night. So I hope I don't spend $400, girl. Not ready to spend the money, but hey, I want to do that for them. My husband and I want to do that for them. Okay, so that's pretty much the major stuff for the variable expenses. So my variable expenses for the last 2 weeks of May is going to be $1,524. So what I didn't do is tell you how much I was carrying over. So when I subtract that from my bills, I have $1,355 left. So now this month we're gonna, girl, now these next 2 weeks, we are going to continue my cash stuffing. I was able to cash stuff last week for the first time in a long time. So I did do my sinking funds, which is really good feeling to get back into cash stuffing. So I'm going to be cash stuffing the latter part of the month as well. So I'm going to be cash stuffing $120 into my savings challenges, $338 into my month ahead. Girl, that month ahead is so ancient, it's so dusty. Like I haven't cash stuffed that in a minute. So I'm very excited to get back into that because my goal is still to hit my month ahead goal by the end of the year. And we will do that. My 52-week savings challenge, I haven't stuffed that yet for the month, but I will. And it's $100 this month. So I'm going to go ahead and just stuff the entire month with that. And then the 100 envelope challenge, girl, $42 in there. Okay. So that leaves me, all of that added up is $600. So I'll be saving $600 into my savings challenges this week, and I'm really super excited about. So after that, that leaves me with $755, girl, and that's what I'm gonna roll over. Hopefully I'm gonna close the month out with that $755. I already have things in my head. I'm like, girl, I need to do this and probably do this. So I'm praying that I could skate out of May without using all of this $755. I'm gonna be really honest. I believe that I'm gonna dip into that. I don't think I'm gonna close the month out with $755, but we're gonna hope we close the month out with at least half of that, if and where possible. So that's what I have going on these last 2 months. I'm excited that I've been consistent and I've been on track, and I'm glad you guys like this new way you and I are communicating. So I would do this more often when I look like a person, girl, because you don't have the time. You know how we do. Well, I'm gonna say you do. Y'all may look fabulous every day, but I don't look like this every day. Okay, so, and that is it. So I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you have going on the last 2 weeks of the month. I know we have Memorial Day. Depending on where you're tuning in from, your kids may be getting out of school. My kids are getting out of school. And I can tell you the twins are graduating. So we have a lot of things, a lot of exciting things going on here, girl. I didn't even include, you see, as I'm talking to you, I realized I didn't even include that we are going on a field trip next week with the kids, meaning I'm going. I've already paid, but I didn't take into account that once we get there, the kids are going to hit me up for something. So I'm going to go ahead and make that adjustment right now, and make that adjustment and probably give myself a budget of like $80, just so that, I'm free to move about the cabin and get the kids a little trinket here and there if they so choose to. But that is it. Today was a quick one. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you stay to the end and you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to join the family. And like always, I'll see you in the next one.